Hello, my name is Anita Morales, and I am an Equiscope technician here at the Center for New Medicine. I'm very excited and thrilled to bring this technology to you. The beauty here is that we are into natural as well as Western medicine. We cross the two modalities together to help people further their health. Over 1,600 people a day die from cancer. We are excited and thrilled to bring these various modalities to you and to wake you up to the answer that cancer has a cure by prevention. Prevention is so powerful, and we really feel that here at the Center for New Medicine, we have what it takes to bring both worlds together so people can then overcome this cataclysmic disease. I am so excited to be here to bring this new technology. It is called Equiscope. It's electromagnetic current therapy. And what's really awesome about it is that it has its own intelligence. It reads and treats the body in a matter of a second. Through probes and various intensities and frequencies, it can go in and restore cellular activity by pushing out all the edema, all the inflammation that it can occur from a disease, a traumatic break, and an illness. It has various systemics as well as internal programs that can help the body return back to what we like to call homeostasis and or a good natural state of health. So with that, I'd like to send out a big howdy hello, and if there are any questions out there that I can answer, because I know this looks like a spaceship, it looks like the dash on a spaceship to you. I'm going to tip it a little bit so you can see it. There it is. It's all handheld in a complete suitcase. I can be mobile or I can be stationary as I am here at the center. I look forward to being of service to each and every one of you for systemic cleanses, for injury, and for, of course, working on our main cure and our main purpose, and that's to help recover from cancer. Now I'd like to throw it out there. Are there any questions that I can answer?
There's one. What are some of the things this machine can help with?
Well, actually, it can help with almost anything. It can help with anything from stabilizing the body from an actual injury, a systemic illness. It can clean out the system, even depression, brain fog, even sleeping disorders. Now, what I love about the fact regarding cancer is that, as we all know, or maybe you don't know, cancer has many, many ways into the body, and one of its main things is that it attacks the cells. It attacks the cells and it causes mutations, splits off, and then continues to attack the cell and attack the cell. What this machine recognizes it is as blockage, impedance. It doesn't look like the cell, it doesn't radiate like the cell, and it can recognize that. And in a matter of a second, it begins to diminish the cancer's power and get the body's cellular system so strong that it does its own battling and can fight it off.
That's great. We have one more question.
Sure.
If you can repeat it for everyone else. If I have inflammation, does it help?
Yes, inflammation and edema is one of its amazing abilities. It can go in and return the body back to, as I said, homeostasis, which is a natural state of health. Edema and inflammation can come from many sources. It can come from not having good nutrition. It can come from stress, which creates cortisol, which is that hormone that attacks the body. A lot of us struggle with that one. And it can also come from, as we know, cancer. So yes, indeed, it can handle that as well. Also, another thing that it can do is what I've had a great success is just what the systemics, lymphatics. It has the ability to be able to clean out the lymphatic system. It can also, I do a particular modality where I can move all the way up the spine, neck, shoulders, release all that while it cleanses the system. I also follow the Chinese meridians. So this machine also is based in Chinese medicine, and then it can connect into those areas. And with trigger points and Chinese meridians, we can also help balance.
Another question, if you can repeat this one too. Sometimes I have a sore hip. Can it help reduce the pain?
Someone just asked if they have a sore hip. Can this? Yes, indeed it can. A sore hip sometimes can come from an imbalance in the skeletal system, and if you're walking imbalanced, it can continue to aggress. You can build up inflammation and edema in the area, and it certainly can address it.
Great. Great. And then there's another question, if you can repeat this one. Too.
Absolutely.
Can you treat all areas, including the head?
That's a great question. Can you treat all areas, including the head? Absolutely. I'm working on a lady right now who has a lot of sinus infections, and the sinus infections have caused a lot of brain fog. Plus, she's over 50, so she's experiencing brain fog, hormonal brain fog. We already know about that, right, girls? So this has two different protocols that actually clears out the brain, balances it, and moves out the brain fog.
Awesome.
Head protocol, beautiful. Over the top of the forehead with probes, and then we run various frequencies on low intensity.
Great. Okay, and another question. What about allergies, pressure to the sinus area? Can that help?
Yes. Allergies, pressure to the sinus area. Yes, absolutely. We have probe combination that we can actually do on sinus points directly on the face, or we can do them on the hands, or we can do them on the feet. Because in Chinese medicine, every part of your feet, your face, your ears, and your hands. We can also treat through the ear for sinus as well.
Great. Okay, and then one other question. How long does it take for the pain to go away? And how many treatments do you need?
How long does it take for the pain to go away and how many treatments? That varies from treatment to treatment. But we are building treatments. We usually say, when you come in, you want to really make sure that you have time to, and I'm here Wednesday through Friday. You want to make sure that you have time to book yourself in at that point so we can work and make sure that we really stabilize the system. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, like a systemic, say you come in and you just want to cleanse. Sometimes just the one time is absolutely perfectly enough. But usually if it's a traumatic break or it's an illness, it can be an ongoing receival of treatment, depending on the individual's immune system, their ability to jump on a good nutritional regime, and of course, really upping and drinking your water. And there's another thing that it's really good for too is sleep. There's a lot of sleep deprivation out there. We have a thing called ear clips. We directly put it onto the ears, and we utilize the lower frequencies into what they call 10, which is theta. Every frequency represents a particular emotional condition in the system. As we go and rise to those various frequencies, it calms down what they call your parasympathetic nervous system, or we'd like to call the flight or fight mechanism. And we find that people just calm right down, and it helps them really get into that really good, calm, happy state.
Great. And then one more question. Is this a non-invasive treatment?
Is it a non-invasive treatment? Absolutely. The probes are touched directly onto the skin. This machine not only reads and treats, but it helps detox the system. So that's why we always start low and slow with you. Probably the most intense thing you'd ever feel from it would be a cleanse out of it. But you definitely will feel relaxation. You'll feel a complete alleviation in the area. You will also feel, shall we say, a more harmonious, healthy wellness feeling. Some of the side benefits are what we'd call wellness, just feeling great the whole time. And also, if you find that you are a person that's been sick with something like an illness for a long, long time, then what we would do is we set up a series of treatment. And from that, you should probably be able to feel, I would say, at least 50% better. But I find after doing it for 7 years, 50% better by the first treatment. And then we just keep improving from there. And that has been my experience in the last 7 years. But in my profession, we underpromise and we overdeliver. When you come into my room, it's anywhere from an hour to an hour and 15, and I work until you feel better. That's what we do. We keep asking what's going on, how do you feel? We rate the area from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, and I ask you, and you're not to the area that I feel you could be, depending on what you come in with. I work until I get you to a place where you walk out feeling like, you know what? It's working. I feel better. And feeling better is what we're here to do. And of course, also with your nutrition, and I'm going to keep repeating that because it's extremely important that you understand the importance of a really good solid food regime. You have to come off those really naughty foods that create inflammatory response. Your sugar, your flour, your wheats, those type of things. They can be very, very intrusive to the system, especially individuals that suffer with cancer. Cancer loves sugar. And so we here at the center really encourage people to get on a really good healthy food regime. We monitor through it, and then we help you with the other modalities, this one included. And as we move further into your treatment, then pretty much we can decide if you're going to need a little bit more, or if indeed 3 would be enough for you to be able to receive your optimum recovery.
We have one question. Can the way you eat affect the way this machine reads your vitals and everything else?
That's an excellent question. Can the way you eat affect it? Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to compare it to this. You have a car. You just went and had it completely detailed. Rugs, inside, all of it, armor, all that looks shiny and new. And then you go out and you run through a mud puddle. That's pretty much what you're doing when you place wrong types of foods in your system. So if you went out and celebrated at a party, if you went out and started eating all types of sugary desserts, you definitely are going to have a herx that you're not going to like, and that is an atypical symptom. You're going to increase the flu-like symptoms. You're going to make this machine have to work much harder the next time you come in to see me. We're going to have to just clean out all those naughty things you placed in your system just to get you back into that homeostasis you had when you left me. And so it really behooves you to start becoming off all those processed foods and foods that, I don't even want to call them foods. I'm just going to call them junk. Come off that stuff that is not going to be conducive to the reparative action of your cellular system, which is what this machine does. And so the more you come off those foods, the more the machine strengthens you, gets you back into homeostasis, the better you feel. You're not going to want to eat them. It's like, why place that back in your system if indeed you feel so good and you have the flexibility? So with that, are there any more questions?
Yes, there's one more. How can this help? Can this help athletes or anyone who has a very, very active lifestyle?
That's a beautiful question. These are great questions. Can it help athletes or anyone with an active style? Yes. So let's talk about the main thing that athletes go through, lactic acid. Lactic acid is when the muscle can no longer pump the fresh blood because you've not overtrained, but you've really gotten out there and trained. This machine can help clear that lactic acid, restore the brain function, bring your body back into homeostasis. We have a lot of NFL players, basketball players, baseball players that own these machines. It has actually extended their life. Big one for quarterbacks, shoulders, elbows. For defensive ends, running backs, knees. Has kept these people in complete 100% health, homeostasis, and actually extended their careers. Batters too. Pitchers are a big one too. And basketball players. I know that my mentor, John Thorpe and Lisa Thorpe over at Intel Bio is where the machine comes from, by the way, which is located in Encinitas. He just did a big symposium where a number of high-profile athletes purchased this. They came to a private training where he trained them on how to use this machine, and they are extending their careers by maintaining the flexibility, improving the focus and function of their muscles and their blood by working the machine. And the more they do it, the better it gets. The beauty of this machine is that you would think, well, okay, I'm okay. It actually takes you to an okay and from an okay to an optimum level. And then as long as you're consistent and eat correctly, your body will stay at optimum performance. And optimum performance is what you want. So think of that in terms of disease. You come in with a disease. It's like you're in the middle of a battle. So what we want to do is get you to an optimum place in your health. And this is one of the most fabulous modalities to be able to do that. I'm really proud and honored to be able to be an Equiscope technician. I've been one for 7 years, and I've seen some incredible results with this machine. And I'm proud to say that I was able to be of service to those people to help them move into a higher state of health. And of course, like anything else, you never stop learning. You keep growing and learning. You keep getting more refined and more finesse, and that's what we do. As I said, we overpromise and we underdeliver, and we keep learning and keep growing so we can bring the health and the ability to be able to give you a higher standard of treatment on the Equiscope, as we do here at the center with any of the energetic modalities that Dr. Keneally provides for you here at the Center for New Medicine.
We have one more question.
Yes.
How can this machine improve your sleep?
Great. Excellent question. When an individual has a sleeping issue, now there are sleeping disorders, and sometimes there's just sleeping issues. You're stressed. You have a lot of things on your mind. You've been really naughty with your nutrition. Maybe you eat too late at night. That can also affect your sleep. Your body's trying to digest and process those foods that you have in your stomach. With the ear clips, what it does is it calms. You'll feel the energy go directly to the brain function, and it calms down your nervous system. It's your nervous system that decides what's going to be happening. Are you going to be relaxed, or are you going to be anxious? So this will absolutely do that. And also the head protocol with the band and the actual probes cleans out the brain. Just like I can clean out your lymphatic system, I can clean out your head with any type of brain fog. I do it with myself every day. I work my head at least a couple times a week, and I'll tell you, I am as clear as a bell. And it really, really has helped my brain function, my memory, my focus, and that's what happens with us. We build up toxicity in our head just like we build up toxicity in our body. It's not clearing the blood-brain barrier. It's not creating, shall we say, a homeostasis setting inside the head. And that's what the machine does. It brings it back to a healthy way of reacting, just like your body.
One other question, if you could repeat this one too. Is there some kind of protocol that I need to do before I come in and try this procedure?
Is there some kind of protocol that's needed to be done before you come in and utilize the procedure? No, you do not. You can come directly in, whatever's going on, whatever's ailing you, and we can begin immediately. You come in, you let me know what's going on, and we work from there. And so whether you need a systemic cleanse, whether you need a head protocol, ear clips, whether you're injured and we have to go directly, what they call local and direct, to the area of injury and work on it, then it's just a balance of whatever you're going through, whatever you need to do, and then we set up a regime for or a program for recovery, and then we decide how long it's going to be, how many treatments you're going to do. So no, you come directly in and we begin treatment. And the more treatment that you do, the better you feel.
What kind of regimes do you recommend for this in your line of work?
Well, it depends on what you're coming in with. Is there a particular issue that you have that you'd like to discuss?
Just in general.
Okay, say you have a stomach issue, and you come in with acid stomach. Alrighty. So what I would begin to do is I can work local and direct on the stomach. I can begin giving you cleanses so your body can start working and functioning better. Of course, hopefully you'll be willing to take a look at your nutrition. Increase your water. Water's optimum. You know that sometimes just improving your water, drinking half your body weight in water, is the cheapest medicine on the planet. That can handle so many issues right off the bat. So we will discuss what's going on, which will improve your bowel movements. That being said, just sometimes systemic cleanses can get your body back to where you need to be.
Great. We have one other question. How is this different from PEMF?
PEMF, yes, I'm familiar with it. It's completely different, yet it's still an energetic process that can help work the cellular system. PEMF works the cellular system too, but this actually goes in at a millionth and trillionth of an ampere. We have amperes. It goes in and it opens up those cell gates. Imagine a dirty house. It's like you open up the doorknob, you open the gate, you push out all the inflammatory response, all the edema, and you reset the cell with ATP, which is what your cells are made of. Your minerals, your ions, it's what your cell is made of. And if you're not sure what ATP is, look it up on the internet. That's what that little tiny cell is made of. And they all communicate with each other back and forth. When you have edema, inflammation, traumatic break, and or illness, they cease to communicate. This machine gets them back into communication, which is a state of homeostasis, so they can start to heal and help the body get healthy.
What's the difference between this machine and RIFE? R-I-F-E?
Right. RIFE, to my knowledge, I don't know a lot about the RIFE, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a RIFE is a computer set modality with an energy coming out of something in particular. This is done with actual probes. There's different types of waves that move through this, and it has its own intelligence. It actually is like, imagine a giant brain, an antioxidant brain that can go in and read and treat in a matter of seconds. And if it can't come in one door, it finds another door to come in. There's kind of nowhere to run and nowhere to hide with this machine. It's really a high ranked level of intelligence. It's a 45-year-old technology. It's had about 4 incarnations as far as its look, but it reads and treats diseases in a matter of seconds. So I would venture to say, not to make anyone wrong or anything, but it's an extremely powerful machine.
And then one other question. Someone asked, is this a PEMF?
PEMF, I'm not familiar with that. I think it's what you just said. You asked me about the PEMF. No, it's not a PEMF. PEMF.
It's like a beamer.
No, it's not. Oh, okay.
PMF is
Yes, a beamer. Forgive me. PEMF, the beamer, gives off ATP. Yes, this also supports the body's return to the status of ATP. Yes.
Great. And
Yeah.
then someone asked, what is it called and price? What is this machine called?
Okay.
The electroecoscope.
Yeah. Well, it's up there. But what it does is quite amazing. But the machine, if you wanted to purchase on your own, it would be a 4-day training. It's 6 hours a day for 4 days. And the machine costs $35,000. And it's actually, a lot of chiropractors have it. A lot of natural medicine doctors have it. We even have some medical doctors that have it in their office. And what they've done is they've trained an actual technician, and that technician will run the machine. They'll say, this is what the individual has, this is what the prescribed diagnosis is, and then they'll take them in and they'll work on them. So it really behooves doctors to have it in there because it can really clean up a lot of very simple issues that people come in with. Constipation, nausea, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. The things, it's great for individuals that have had car accidents. A lot of attorneys now will recommend their clients to chiropractors or to doctors that have the Echoscope because the Echoscope can really help a person get back into natural state of health.
so people can just buy it and learn it and use it at home.
Yes, ma'am. The question was, can people just buy it, use it, and learn it, then take it home? Absolutely. In fact, in our mission, not only here at the center, but at Intel Bio, is to hopefully everybody would purchase one and want to use it in their home, want to use it on their children, want to use it each other, on their aging parents, because it can really help people stay in a healthy state.
So if you wanted to use it for your friend or other people, do you have to have license?
Well, when you are trained in this, they suggest that you become certified or that you work under the auspices of a doctor or a chiropractor with a license. But if you're utilizing it on your immediate family, then no, you do not. You can take it home and learn it and use it. If you want to use it on yourself, no, you do not.
Someone asked, will it cure cancer?
Okay, that's an interesting question. I always think that let's take a look at this, okay? It can help strengthen the cell and strengthen the body's immune system to do its own work. The stronger your immune system is, the more homeostasis your body is giving off and providing, the more chance you have for a fight, to fight. It's like a football player in a scrimmage. You're getting ready for the big game. You strengthen your cellular system, you clean out your blood, you eat right, you get in the proper emotional state, and yes, you definitely would have the ability to do what's proper, to put cancer in its proper place. And so curing is an interesting word. What we try to do is get people back into their natural state of health so their body can do its own work. Because we really feel that cancer happened for many, many, many reasons. There's an array of reasons why cancer happens, but one of the main reasons that we know is inflammation. It's an inflammatory condition. So what happened? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Did you eat wrong and get inflamed? Were you inflamed? Is a genetic condition? We won't know until we get you under our wing here and start the process of helping you get well.
So the cancer patient, this analogy applies same way.
Absolutely. Any type of condition, Lyme's, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, all these conditions, candida. These conditions are the immune system they're battling. It's in a battle for something that's attacking it. The only way to help rid the body of it is to get stronger through your immune system, through various choices of food, a combination of modalities, supplementation. That is what you want to do. You want to build your body up and have it become superhero while you fight the disease.
So if anybody is deficient with the nutrition, do you give any instructions?
Very good idea. Thank you for that question. The question was if anyone's deficient with nutrition, do we give any instructions? Here at the center, that is absolutely paramount. The first thing they look at is, what are you eating? What's going on? Are you deficient? Are you getting all your nutrients? Are you drinking enough water? These things are extremely important. In fact, it's a must with all of the doctors here. Everyone is focused in your nutrition, then deciding medically what you need, then energetically what you need, and then also dealing with the emotional status of yourself. Being in the proper emotional state is extremely important. And why are the emotions important? Because when you go into fear, when you come in sad and stressed, your body goes into what they call breakdown. It starts to break down and become very, very, it's atabolic and catabolic. It goes into a cataclysmic state just from your own personal thought process. So the doctors here really work to balance you in 3 areas. It's kind of like a stool. The stool can't stand up unless you have 3 legs. Those little stools need 3 legs. The medical crossed with the natural, which is the integrated medicine, the nutrition to support the system, and of course the emotional status. You must have everything combined for you to be able to move forward and get healthy. So with that, I want to thank you all so much, and I want to thank this lovely lady here asking me these beautiful questions. What is your name, dear? Misha. She's here today at the center. She came to see the Facebook Live. I want to thank you so much for throwing out the beautiful questions. And ladies and gentlemen out there, whoever gets to see this, we look so forward to you coming to the center. You know, you don't have to have cancer to come here. You can have a nutritional issue. You can just want to get healthy and strong again. You can just want to clean out your system. Whatever's necessary, we provide it here. And we look forward to you visiting us, and we look forward to going online and learning about us and spreading the word. Thank you so much.